Hi everyone, my name is Godzilla Bofode. I'm a student here at McGill, and I'll just be walking you through some of the details for health insurance and some of the medical details here at McGill with a focus on health insurance for international students. I do hope you like the video and I hope it proves useful for you with your stay here at McGill. Thank you.
As I explained earlier in the introductory video, I'll be going through information mainly for international students, and I'll start off by explaining how to confirm your coverage on Minerva. So on the opening page, as you can see right on my screen for Minerva, you have the personal student applicant and financial aid menu. And when you go down to the student menu and go down to the bottom, it shows you a tab right here for international student health insurance. You click on this tab and it shows a tab to confirm IHI for international health insurance coverage and to print the card. So if you haven't done so before, you would have to print the to confirm the coverage, and you just do so by clicking here, and there's a page that appears just below to show, to click, and to confirm your coverage. I have already done so, and so it just shows my information here. And if you would like to print the card, you click here and you click print card and it downloads a PDF file for your card. This card will be what you use to claim reimbursements, what you present at counters for your insurance claims, and basically will be your ticket for medical and health insurance bills, details, and coverage. Now I'll move on to the most crucial information you need to know for making your claims for reimbursements and all sorts. So the McGill International Health Insurance is run by Medavi Blue Cross, and especially with the global pandemic, almost all activities for reimbursements and all sorts is done online. And to handle such, you have to create an account firstly using some of the details you get after confirming your international health insurance coverage, and everything from there on will be straightforward. So if you open the Medavi Blue Cross app by typing in the website Medavi, the Blue Cross.ca, and then it opens up the login information page. Right here, I already have um, right here, I already have my So right here, you click on the register now page, and as you can see, it presents an image of 4 cards for you to pick which looks more like your client card. One crucial piece of information you should realize is that on the information on your McGill ID card, you are presented with the contract number and your McGill ID. And on the Medavi Blue Cross client card, there's a policy number card and an ID number. These two numbers are related to the two numbers on your coverage and on your health insurance card. And there's a straightforward relationship between these numbers. For the sake of it, I'll just click on this one because I believe it looks most similar, this one, but it's pretty much the same information you need to fill in. So what you have to do for the identification number, you fill in your McGill ID, the one which usually starts with 2608. And for newer school members could also be 2609 or other numbers. You fill that number in and you add 2 zeros at the end, and that will be the identification number you register on the Blue Cross site. For the policy number, McGill, everyone at McGill has the same policy number, which will be 2 zeros, followed by the contract number you have on your McGill ID card, which will be 95258, followed by 3 zeros. And it's the same for everyone at McGill. And the rest of the information is pretty straightforward. You fill in your date of birth, email, password, and confirm your password. When you have registered your account, you go ahead to log in and it will present you with a screen which is similar to what you can see right here. And it and pretty much all you need to submit your claims is right here on the screen. So say you make a payment for which you to make a reimbursement, you click on the Submit a Claim tab, and then you have your receipt information. So depending on what you need for reimbursements or for your claims, you just have to submit the files. Most of the time, all you need is a receipt. Sometimes you need a doctor's note, and then you choose those files, you attach the files, and you submit. As simple as that. And that's how easy it is to file claims on the Monterey Blue Cross site. You can also check out some other important information like your full coverage on the site, view plus claims, and your account and member card information. Moving on, I'll just be explaining some of the details on the international student site concerning exemptions, benefits, rates, claims, and even off-campus clinic information. Now, this site is one of the best resources you have as a McGill student as far as health information goes, and I advise everyone to go through it thoroughly. Now, who is covered by the international health insurance? It is compulsory for all international students, and exchange students and summer students are automatically opted in to the plan, although I believe it is not compulsory for them to have the plan and they are eligible to opt out. Canadian non-residents, so students from other provinces, are also eligible to opt into the plan, but they are not opted in automatically and they can choose not to. And unfortunately, postdoctoral fellows, graduate research trainees, and the graduate research trainees are not eligible for the plan. But all international students, which also includes graduate students, are actually eligible. There's a descriptive handbook at the bottom of the page right here in this tab that once you click takes you to a link for the handbook. And if you click on the handbook right here, it opens it up. And this book is really, really descriptive. It goes into detail and it's really not hard to get around to find specific things. I'll advise everyone to go through this book really, really well because it's really, really useful and really, really helpful. It explains to you what's not covered 100%, what's covered 80%, because there's some things like drugs and physio which aren't covered fully, and it just makes everything so much clearer. I'll move on to describe some of the health services we have here at McGill that could be very useful for new students to be aware of. In the downtown campus, if you go into the 36700 Brown building, on the third floor, there's usually a clinic there, which is your one-stop shop for health services and which has recently been renovated to be the Student Wellness Hub. You have information and services for mental health, psychology, and most important, physician and doctoral checks. And it's the most useful resource you can have as far as health because it's right here on the campus and it's a very easy and accessible service to all McGill students. On the McDonald campus, there's also a similar service there, and all information about all both of these services is available on the virtual student wellness hub, which has been created in in light of the circumstances we find ourselves with, even with the pandemic. Also, if you click on the off-campus page, you find a host of information on clinics outside of campus and also some clinics which you may not also have to pay off campus with the health insurance and things like abortion clinics, STI testing, children clinics, and a whole host of information. Please be aware that most of these clinics will require you to pay and be reimbursed by Blue Cross. So if you do have the insurance and you do go to off-campus clinics, it's something you have to be very much aware of. Now, I'd just like to talk a bit about some of the most useful hospital information for McGill students here in Montreal. So there's two hospitals I'd like to talk on, the McGill University Health Center and the Montreal General Hospital. Now, the McGill University Health Center is usually like the most useful health center for McGill students. And now the McGill University Health Center is like a McGill Health Center, basically a university by McGill somewhere in Montreal, which is like your one-stop shop for things that maybe the clinic cannot handle. So like more serious things like maybe scans or like meetings with an orthopedist and all that. And if you need referrals, sometimes you're referred to that hospital. And the other one you should know about is the Montreal General, which is closer to the school and which is actually the only one active right now. So these two hospitals have some sort of link, I would say. And McGill University Health Center has a lot of relationships with the Montreal General Hospital, such that it almost seems like they share the same sites, the same emails, and all that, have a lot of numbers linked together, and a lot of referrals are also linked together. So on the outside, it can even seem like it's the same hospital. Presently, the building for the McGill University Health Center is closed, and so Montreal General Hospital is the most important resource to you right now. As a McGill insurance recipient, this is one of the only clinics you don't have to pay for straight away, and you don't have to make claims for reimbursement for services made. You just have to make sure you present your insurance and make them aware that you're not Medicare, which is like the insurance here in Quebec. Make them aware that you're not a recipient of the Medicare program and that you hold the McGill health insurance, and everything should be smooth sailing from there. Right here is the site for some of the numbers and information you need to know in case you need information on appointments, on lost and found, access to particular doctors and whatnot, and how you can contact them. Before I move on to finalize on out of province healthcare programs, I'd just like to make sure you guys are aware of the virtual wellness hub, which is more or less um, before I move on to finalize with out of province healthcare insurance plans, I just like to make you guys fully aware of the Wellness Hub online. There's links to remote services, to meet professionals, vaccine and immunization information, and even other off campus clinics, which might be more specific. So make sure to check it out. Now, I'll just move to talk briefly about out of province students and the health insurance because I know some of the students might be wondering what the situation is for them. Now, on this page, if you click on the provincial health insurance tab, it gives information which will be very crucial for you guys. If you're an out of province student, I would advise that you should do everything you can to make sure that you're covered right now. And most of the out of province students have to take one or two steps to be fully covered if they're undertaking out of province full-time studies here at McGill. So if you haven't already do that, try to do that in your own spare time. And this is one of the best resources for you. If you click on the plus tab here, it gives links to most of the major provinces outside of Quebec and even in Quebec. And I would use Ontario as an example because I know it is a major province where we have a lot of students coming in from here at McGill. If you click on the Ontario tab, it takes you to the whole heap page where you would have to go through, and it gives you a lot of the information you should have and you need to know if you're going to be living Ontario and your coverage across Canada. And this information applies for most other provinces. It gives information with the tabs on health information. You should know if you'll be living Ontario for more than 6 months or 7 months, for frequent work and travel, for full-time studies. But I think the most crucial information you should know across everything here is that if you're a student from Ontario, you should already have submitted proof of your full-time studies, and you should have submitted a required residency information outside of Quebec, outside of Ontario. And this is basically, I believe, the information they need to fully help you with the insurance and all that. Um, all right.
Lastly, I would just like to touch on the fact that if you're an out of province student, it's not too late to take up the McGill International Health Insurance Program, as this might be the best option for you with a lot of out of province insurance plans not covering students fully for services here at McGill. For example, on the OE page, it mentions that you're only covered at least for non exclusive cases. You're covered for simple physician fees, just about only that, and services provided in a public hospital. So most things provided in the Montreal General will still be free for you, but not everything is guaranteed. And if you go to other clinics, mostly private clinics, you almost receive no form of reimbursement as opposed to the normal McGill International Health Insurance plans. Also, things like ambulance services, like transport and paramedic, prescription drugs, home care services, and all that are not covered by the plan as well, unless you have some exclusive information with the organizers and with the insurance. So yeah, make sure to look at your options, analyze and pick what's best for you. And so folks, that's all I have for today and all I have for the video. Really hope you guys find it useful and I hope you have a lovely stay even here at McGill. Take care guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.